I've been here for 11 years and I've seen a lot of people come and go. Hogan, Warrior, Piper, Brett, Shawn, and somewhere down the line they all kissed your ass. But the sad reality is nobody has kissed your ass more than me. So JR, before I do what I'm going to do, were you going to kiss his ass? No. I'm sorry JR, could you say that again before I do what I'm going to do in front of your Oklahoma City hometown? Hell no, I wasn't going to kiss his ass. Oh, is that because you're better than me? Boom! You think that you're better than me? Well, guess what, JR? In front of your hometown, you're gonna kiss his ass. Vince, drop your pants. Wait, Vince. No, you're right. It's not right for you to have him kiss your ass unless you're wearing the man's hat. And thus cemented Undertaker's heel turn for no fucking reason. Man, they really hate JR, especially when it comes to him being in his hometown. I'm John Renton with the Retro Review WWE Raw from November 26, 2001. Yes, in Oklahoma City where JR always got humiliated. I never fucking understood that. I never understood the trope of embarrassing somebody in their hometown. If they're a heel, I get it, but if they're a face, wouldn't you want to actually do something to send the crowd home happy? Nope, Vince McMahon has been heel crazy for the last 25 goddamn years. But yes, Undertaker turned heel and had, well, he was Big Red, Big Evil, whatever. He got long-lasting freshness with Big Red and turned face literally by, I think, SummerSlam. He was back to facing Test, American Badass against one of the Un-Americans, and then he would feud with Brock Lesnar for a couple months, and then go away for a few months, and then come back and still be a babyface. It was really odd. He had a subsequently weird face turn back in early 92, and then did almost the same switch back in such random fashion, even though, I guess in retrospect, you could kind of see it coming. It was just still so jarring because Undertaker was still getting massive reactions. Maybe he wanted to be a heel. We did get Ric Flair versus Undertaker Wrestlemania 18, so I guess it wasn't all bad, and he did beat up Hulk Hogan in one of the worst WWE Championship matches of that 10-year period when, oh boy, Hogan didn't even want to take the goddamn chokeslam. Twice. Go watch the Judgment Day 2002 match if you want to see what I'm talking about. But anyway, Flair and Vince are arguing about what happened on SmackDown, Austin getting beat up and all that, and he says, we're partners, we're going to decide 50-50, all that. JR and King run down the card. Vince and Angle are out, and Vince says, I like when people kiss my ass. It feels good. Oh, they're calling him Dr. Feel Good. It's going to make you feel all right. It's going to make you feel good. I'm going to be your Frankenstein. It's such good shit. Now that I butchered that goddamn Motley Crue song. The second member will be Stone Cold Steve Austin. Stone Cold will kiss Vince McMahon's ass. Yeah, about that. And Angle sucks chance, and, he goes over his accolades, talks about being in the Boy Scouts. My Boy Scout leader told me that I was special multiple times. Ooh, lines that weren't that good then and really age badly now. Holy fucking shit. Knowing the stuff about the Boy Scouts, my fucking goodness. Kurt said that with a straight face and talked about all the other stuff that he did in the college and the Olympics and all that. And then we get asshole chants, footage of Austin and the beatdown and all that. And then Vince wants Austin to kiss his ass while Regal and Co. celebrate. And Austin will try to get revenge, so we need to do everything. We need to go to the ring together. We need to go stay in the backstage area together. We need to go to the loo together. Why? Why the fuck not? Why wouldn't you want to go to the bathroom together? Men always have to go to the bathroom in pairs. That's how that works. And Flair says, well, if you guys try to do that, if you guys basically try to glom Austin again, you'll be suspended. Test says, haha, you can't do anything to me. No, big man, you can't be fired, but I can suspend you. Kind of just threw a wrench into those plans and everything. So we get Jeff Hardy with Lita versus Christian. Christian, he retained the European Championship because Jeff was selling injuries. Matt tried to get him to not do high-risk maneuvers. I believe that's how that word goes. And with a post spot where Jeff lazily fell down and Christian covered him 1, 2, 3. This would lead to a Hardy Boys breakup for a few weeks until they were back together at the Royal Rumble 2002 because they realized they did it way too soon and waited a few more months after WrestleMania 18 and then, well, actually a few weeks after WrestleMania 18 broke them up. And then, well, things just spiraled out of fucking control at that point. So, yeah, the Hardys argue backstage, and Matt tells Lita to shut up. This doesn't involve you. Yeah, I don't know why they made Matt verbally abusive towards Lita. So anyway, RVD took on Devon, a hardcore title match that had a lot of weapon shots and a lot of stuff in a 5-star frog splash 1, 2, 3. None of the matches really mattered on this show, except for one tag match that was like basically the final match. But it's like, I need to go to the loo, the water closet, as Christian said. Regal gets scared after Devon bursts into the, in the laboratory. Get out of my laboratory, DD, and ends up pissing seemingly radioactive, it's radioactive liquid on Big Show. So Big Show's upset and wants a match with Regal a little bit later. What the hell are you doing, Regal? Ah! Ow. So Cole's interviewing Stacy while she's stretching. Stop thinking about it, Zach. I know you're thinking about it. When I'm in my bra and panties, I always come out on top. Stop thinking about it, Zach. And Big Show is out of Regal's office, or Ric's office, smiling. It's out of Regal's office that they're putting him through a table. No. Stacy versus Trish, bra and panties match for the Women's Championship. My fucking goodness, women's wrestling has really come far. Catcalling, titillating shots, scintillating camera work, and Trish strips Stacy. That's hard to say. And pinned her 1, 2, 3. Good stuff. Rock comes out to a pop and says, hey, here's what's going to happen at Vengeance. It should be Stone Cold Steve Austin versus The Rock. But no, you got to throw Jericho and Angle in there, and he's knocking both of them. Talks about Vince getting a woodchuck to nibble his scrotum and getting deer's antlers up his ass and everything. Oh, Vince McMahon's had this done before. $1 billion anus, I believe is the wording. Jericho comes down and basically says, well, he used to care about the fans. He's larger than life. He's a new living legend, which apparently caused heat between Larry Zbyszko and Chris Jericho, even though, let's be perfectly honest, Jericho was certainly better for the long term than Larry Zbyszko was, because Larry, after that turn by Bruno, I mean, what else did he really fucking do besides bounce around in territories and come up with a new world order? Nothing against Larry, that feud with Zbyszko, or that Zbyszko feuding with Zbyszko. That sounds like a cracker-lacking feud. He feuded with San Martino, and guess what? Name one other substantial thing he did on a nationwide broadcast that didn't involve him being a commentator / sometimes wrestler in WCW. But again, we got New World Order and Marcus Alexander bag smell. Those are actual words that a grown man said on commentary. So anyway, Rock says that he will whoop his ass, and he calls him a straight-up punk bitch, or straight punk bitch, and we're going to get that match later. Edge versus Test for the IC title. Well, it didn't last very long because Test pulled Tim White in the way of a spear, gets a chair. That caused a DQ, by the way. And Albert and Sky Too Hotty stop Test, and it's a 3-on-1 beatdown because hooray. Vince then is talking about the club and how Austin's going to join, and Regal got a gift from Vince. It was a brass knucks. He slipped them in his tights, and man, that must have been really goddamn awkward for the cameraman to shoot. Why am I shooting it? Why is he putting something down another man's tights? Big Show against Regal. Well, here's Booker, and he distracts, and we get a loaded punch 1, 2, 3, and Booker gets chased out by security. It's not the most demeaning thing that would happen to Booker T within the next month. So Taker is talking to Vince. How was your Thanksgiving? Did you have a good Thanksgiving? Well, I gave you the main event slot, so you should have known how fucking Thanksgiving was, considering you just saw him there. But anyway, it was actually taped, and then they got to enjoy their Thanksgiving back when Vince actually let people enjoy their holidays. So Vince says he respects him, but that he owes him. And we're a lot alike, and then Vince leaves, and that's just playing the seeds and everything for the heel turn. Lance Storm is in WWF New York. We'll get back on the roster, but now he's a janitor there. Because humiliation. Rock versus Angle and Jericho. Bah-ha-ha. Flair says, Vince didn't consult with me. Kane's in the match. So they had a pretty good knockdown, drag-out tag team match that involved Kane battling with Angle, and then Jericho got hit with a DDT after a sharpshooter, that terrible sharpshooter. 1, 2, 3. And then Rock bottoms Jericho for good measure. And he's going to whoop that ass, whoop that trick ass, I believe, as the kids say. My God, I sound so white. At Vengeance. And then Vince talks to Regal and Co. We'll get the last laugh. Regal and Co., by the way, is William Regal, Christian, Test, and the Dudleys, who were part of the alliance, and Vince McMahon's like, okay, you're the champions, you made good. I'll just suddenly be a heel again, because why the fuck not? We butchered the invasion angle. Ha ha, I'm such a genius. And he'll just be with these guys that tried to take his company down. Vince is down to get Austin to join the Kiss My Ass Club, and each and every one of you would do this. You had to get that line in. You kiss your boss's ass. Don't tell me that you don't. Here's Austin. A lot of what chance, verbal back and forth. He doesn't want Vince versus McMahon, or Austin versus McMahon 2. Time to bury the hatchet. Austin was trying not to crack at seeing Vince's crack. And he says, it's like, gargle before you kiss my ass, because Vince hands him some mouthwash, chapstick, all that stuff and everything. It's like, you ever use toilet paper? You gotta understand how hard this is for me. Beats Deborah again. And he low blows him and then whips his ass literally with a belt. And JR is laughing during this whole time. So Vince and Angle get JR in the ring because Oklahoma City. And here's Undertaker. And he goes over all that stuff I said in the beginning. Hogan, Hogan, Warrior, Piper, Brett, Shawn, all of them kiss your ass. Nobody kissed your ass more than me. That mean you're better than me? Oh, you think that you're better than me? Boom, boom, boom. They make JR kiss Vince's ass. And that's basically it right there. They do that and... yeah, Taker's heel turn that would lead to actually a pretty terrific match against RVD for the hardcore title at Vengeance 2001, which I will be retro-reviewing. And then, like I said, well, he did cave in Maven's head, or tried to, but his glorious eyebrows managed to cushion most of the blow. And he did what he did at Mania 18. And then that was about it, because his heel turn would be cut short, and he would be back to being a face by July. By July of 2002. It was fucking ridiculous. Anyway, agree, disagree with what I said. Like, share, subscribe. Twitter handle in the description. I'm John Retlin. I'll see you soon.